Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes,
His balls are different in person.
and Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
Mock game today. You saw the Jaguars out of the field. If you were out at training camp, you got treated to the whole simulation of them getting ready and then getting on the field and then a 3-and-out. That happened fast with the first team offense, did it not?
It did.
Now, we got plenty to get into beyond the first 3-and-out. There were definitely plays made. And I feel like, fellas, we probably need to crank our XLP Big Three up right away because we got Coach Campo coming up at 12:15. But Big Sirs, a full house just in terms of the fans there being able to take it all in.
Yeah, it was. And we had to call you because you were on the field initially. Me and coaches, Huff and
Coach Duff and Ingram.
Duff and Ingram, we were up at the top.
Y'all wanted no part of us down there.
We did. We enjoyed it. Absolutely.
by the way,
we had the bird's eye view of everything.
Yeah.
You did.
So we could see we could see the whole play develop and stuff like that. So the team, initially, like you said, they were 3-and-out, started slow, picked up a little bit towards the middle, finished pretty good towards the end. Bottom line is Trevor threw 3 touchdowns. Couple of overthrows early, couple of passes. But there was a lot of pressure coming on them, too, around the edges and in the middle from the offensive line. And that's a whole nother different story we're going to get into as far as the offensive line shuffling and having.
All right, so, Matt, 30,000 feet before we unveil our XLP Big Three. So
I don't know about the offensive line, man. I don't know about the offensive line, bro. I get it. There's injuries. You still got to, we still don't know what's going on with Van Lanen and when he's going to get back. McCary wasn't there again today. I don't know what's going on. Again, the back, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's the back.
Least, to my knowledge.
At least previously he was there in pads with helmet, and he was running through periods. Wasn't necessarily doing work, was just running between periods, which I thought was good, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there today.
Probably at the bank. Counting cash.
Pregnon wasn't there, which I thought was interesting because Pregnon really could have. He got hurt late yesterday at the back. I think it was the back, right?
Tuesday? Was that Tuesday?
I think it was the back. But anyway, and Leon talks about this all the time. These are the days when you've got a chance to actually jump in there and show somebody something, and he couldn't. So when Walker Little went down early in the first drive, which was a 3-and-out, which, by the way, when Durfee blew right by him in one of those plays.
Yeah, Durfee.
Durfee's looking good, by the way. They moved Wyatt Milam out to right tackle. They put Jonah Monheim in at right guard.
Had to.
Because there's no one else.
Right, had to. And
so Pregnon could have slipped right in there and actually done something, Leon.
Opportunity. Yeah,
that would have been his op.
That would have been his opportunity, absolutely. So
the whole line is kind of a little.
It's
early. First off, it's early.
Now.
It's only 2 weeks in. We got a long way to go, but the whole line is a little bit odd right now.
All right, so start off with your XLP Big Three, and you go 3-2-1, Sirs. Or you can go 1. If you want to go 1 now, this is fine.
No.
I start with 2.
Yeah,
start with 2, really. No. My 3 was what Matt just talked about, the offensive line, the shuffleboard that we're getting right now, the play, the consistency, the lack of consistency from the offensive line. And I understand there's no continuity because you got guys shuffling in who playing guard, playing tackle, guys who playing center, playing guard, that kind of stuff. So, this fixable, but right now this concerning because the run game suffered for it, and then sometimes the pass game suffered for it because guys' angles and sets and all that, no continuity. Me and Coach Ingram were talking about the fact that the one place that you don't want to see that movement is at the left in the left guard and left tackle because those guys got to work together. Yeah. Because you're going to keep Anton there. Yeah. And so him and Ezra Cleveland, they've got to work together, communicate, verbal and nonverbal when it comes to run blocking, pass protecting. There was one particular time they were on the different levels and they ran a little twist game on them. They gave up a pressure because Anton didn't move quick enough. So those are the little nuances that you got to work on as offensive.
And it's funny because at the very least, yes, they did just make that change. Yeah. But there are 2 veterans, and you would kind of say that size on lock. Yeah. Because they will figure it out. Meanwhile, to the other side, there's a great unknown.
I'm not sure that Milam's done enough. Again, it's only 2 weeks that he's done enough for them to say, okay, if Van Lanen comes back and he's the right tackle, that your right guard is Milam if McCary can't play. I think it's probably going to be Walker Little.
I tend to agree with that. because
if McCary can't play.
Right. Exactly. That's the caveat. And if Van Lanen is back and all that, which signs are pointing to that. All right, you're 3.
Yeah, it's just that's what I started with. My 3 is definitely just the idea of I wish we were. I mean, we're almost more than 2 weeks into camp, actually. I wish we were in a situation where, okay, I can see this line coming together. Oh, yeah, this looks like you have it with Anton Harrison, clearly. Although a week ago at this time, we were being told it's just, they're just trying different things. So,
we all know where it went.
Just different things, that's all. He is the rock of the 5 right now. Because I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure about the center either. I wish it was a healthy Van Lanen, healthy Anton at left, Van Lanen at right. I wish McCary was healthy, because then I'd say, why don't you try Milam at center?
Yeah, you get a truer picture of what you can count
what
on.
you can do. Like they need some strength and like a little attitude at center, I think.
Yeah, I still am.
Your thoughts, Leon?
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: Hainsey is Liam's guy. He went and got him because he knows offense. I don't know how well Monheim has picked up on it. Now he's played in the center position when Hainsey's went down and played well, but also does Trevor trust him enough? That's a big point. Does Trevor trust him enough?
Yeah, that's why I'd love to
center
get
position?
like Monheim snaps at center, man.
Well,
It's just a big dude there.
I lead a number of fan clubs, and Robert Hainsey's one of mine. So
he is your boy. There's no doubt.
So I just feel like, again, everything does need to develop, and I think most of those guys interiorly, it's double teaming a big man, so he's not going to be asked to do it himself. But there is concern now. There's no question about it, because there's just not enough going on at the line of scrimmage. Now, all right, I'll just go ahead and add to this, make this my 3rd, even though I was going to change it up. But Trevor was, after the first 3 and out, was able to operate in a fairly clean pocket. There wouldn't have been would-be sacks. At least it didn't seem like.
There were some. There
were some. But this is the other part that I like about it. I'll make this the other half of this part. 16 is scrambling. Okay? 16 is going to start to do more of that. Moving, it could be a moving pocket or just him simply slipping out of the pocket and extending plays. He still can take off and run, but just extending, eyes down, and making that throw. So that I like. I'm going to make that my number 3.
That's your number 3? All right, my number 2 is not going to be popular. Fans are not going to like it, but I don't give a damn. Travis Hunter, what has he done to start? All right, where does he start at any position? Has he played well enough to start at DB or at wide receiver? And I think that the Jaguars right now are appeasing him because he has not played the 2 corners that we have out there, but yet one snatched out and he's put in. He hasn't done enough on the wide receiving position where you can snatch one off the field. Yeah. But they do it. And I'm just trying to figure out, because these reps are important. And you're taking away reps from guys who are trying to make teams.
And this goes back to what we asked you about before.
Yeah.
In that locker room, what does that do?
Well, think about Jarian Jones, who's might have the best camp of anyone out there other than Parker Washington. What's he thinking right now?
Both Jarian and Buster.
Your initial job here when you come to the NFL is to seize a position, lock down that position. I don't think he's done enough at camp to where either side you can say he's locked down a position where he can start. I would like to see him start,
right?
But who has he outplayed to where he gets? He takes quality reps from guys who are starting.
Yeah,
then the guys that are behind him, they're trying to get reps so they can make the team as well.
He did have a pick on Sunday, but I have not seen him make a lot of plays on the defensive side. So I tend to agree with you. Matt, on the
offensive side, they're running end rounds.
Yeah, he did a little
gadget
stuff,
which actually can.
I'm going to dump the last 3 minutes of the show.
It can.
Sorry,
it can be a good.
That was inappropriate, Leon. You can't take shots at.
But I'll just go ahead.
I can't.
I mean, he's right. It's hard. He's right.
All right, I'm going to add to it.
And at the end of the day, is this? He's going to start.
Yes, but I'm going to add to it.
No matter what Jarian Jones does, he's going. You're not giving away 2 first-round picks, and you're not going to sit the guy on the bench.
Yeah,
he's going to start.
My number 2 is that number 12 could be number 2 on 2 depth charts. Okay, second string on 2 depth charts.
I could see that.
Okay, so think about that. Two-way player is second string on 2 depth charts.
Easily, bro.
Yeah, and so it is. It's real. It's legit. I do want to see him in game situations because I do think he has everything you want in a player to make those big-time plays. But this is a credit to Jarian, a credit to Monteric for balling. And Jordan Lewis can still play outside if need be. He's going to be playing nickel, but now you got 4 good corners. 2 of them have established themselves as starters, and Jordan Lewis is coming back from injury. And Travis, I don't know. He hasn't made enough plays.
It's not a bad thing for a Jags fan.
No.
But for him individually, it's
right. Because, like we said, that showcase thing that everyone's expecting or wanting, he's not first string right now in terms of receivers, and he may not be first string in terms of the corner.
Well, he is first. He did go out there with the first team
run him out
on defense. There's no doubt he's first string.
And by the way, this is the first day that he has had a white jersey on and had to put the cover up in teal to go out on offense. This is the first time.
Yeah, I think, again, this guy's won 13 games last year, okay? Yeah. So you got to give them they've earned the capital. I'm just saying, at some point, you got to read the room and say, all right, let's just stick him on defense.
All right,
let's just get him all the reps he can get on defense.
Right.
Because, and to Leon's point, and Leon was talking about this in the pre-show meeting, like, what's Jarian Jones thinking right now? Man, he must be thinking, I'm balling out. Might be having the best camp of anyone, and 12 goes out there and he's starting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They'll say the right thing at the presser, but they and the inside voice is cussing.
Like I said, still game situations are going to be
I'm just saying that,
crucially important.
Here's the thing. I'm just saying that if I'm a starter and I balled out all the camp, and you're pulling me in crucial situations, I'm offended by that as a player. You may not say it to the public. You might say the reading rainbow thing to say to make everybody happy, okay? But in your mind, you're like, this is some BS.
If he can lock down the opposing receiver, which is what I visualize, that's what I think it's very, very possible for him to be that dude.
Dude, that's a big statement you just made right there.
I know that.
Lock down the opposing number one?
That's what I'm – throw this word in there. That's what I'm hoping for. And I did say it, Matt. I'm visualizing that, okay? I'm trying to speak it into existence. And so I want to see what he can do because that's the true measure. Are you going to be that dude that takes their dude away? Simple as that.
How many of those guys in the NFL are the dude that take the other dude away?
Yeah.
How many of the guys in the NFL you think there are?
Less than 3.
I was going to say half dozen, but
maybe
sure
4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably come up with 4 or 5.
I could be talked into it.
Especially not the way that these number ones are nowadays.
Yeah. Right.
Freaks, man.
Right.
Like, you're not shutting it down like a Chase.
Right. And again, we're not saying that Travis Hunter, if he just completely plays defense, won't be that type of guy. All I'm saying is at some point, you got to read the room and say, we're not doing him justice. We're also not doing Jarian Jones justice.
Okay, I'll steal what both of our coaches have been saying, both Coach Duff and Coach Ingram. Major in one thing, minor in the other. Be that dude on defense. All right, we're going to save our number one with Coach Campbell. We'll do it coming up. Florida Home AC Friday. You guys hit us with anything you saw if you were out there. 641-1010. Text line wide open. My lifetime enclosures ready and waiting for you.
XL Primetime from the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio. Transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living. Covering the Jaguars in every day that ends in Y. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 1010 XL.
Some sports fans call this the slow period into a football season, but on Hard Rock Bet, we call it baseball season. This is Joe C, and there's action almost every day on Hard Rock Bet, and you get the chance to score. Bet on your favorite teams and players, build epic same-game parlays, and even live bet every inning or first pitch to the final out. So grab your bat, step into the box, and swing for the fences with Hard Rock Bet today. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Northeast Florida isn't just where we work, it's our home. I'm Chris Campione, and when an accident turns your life upside down, you need a law firm that truly understands this community. At Campione Law, we treat our clients like neighbors, not case numbers, and you don't pay a dime unless we recover for you. From semi-truck accidents to medical malpractice and even workers' compensation, we handle it all. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
CBS Senior Sports NFL columnist Pete Prisco spars with Frank and Hayes on The Frangie Show.
This guy must be quite the athlete, huh?
Thursdays on 1010 XL.
You ever see him play?
Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Pick it here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mocama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mocama has the perfect pair for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mocama.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
Hey, soccer fans, Sporting Jacks is giving away a new Honda Accord Saturday, 8:15. Sporting Jacks men take on Indy 11 at 7 on Hodges Field at UNF. Just be there. Someone will win a new car from Honda at the Avenues and Sporting Jacks. Visit sportingjacks.com today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We got our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us. He would love to have been at the scrimmage today, but I know he's taking it all in. Coach, welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How about all of you guys?
Doing fantastic, man. We got to see a mock game today, and as we said, we were worried after 3 plays, Coach. It was a 3 and out from the first team offense. But then after that, they settled in and they made some plays.
Well, I hate those 3 and outs unless I'm on the defense. So somebody's happy with that. That's a good thing for the defense. That's great. I think, at this point in camp, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get some situations. You're going to get some things where they can kind of gear themselves up to get ready for a preseason game.
Now, Coach, we were just talking about Travis Hunter, and we wanted to ask you the situation where you had all this elite talent at the with the Cowboys in the early and the late 90s, and you bring in a dynamic player like Travis Hunter who can go both ways and everything. But I feel like by doing that, you're still in quality reps from guys that you're going to be depending on. How would you handle it as a secondary coach as far as Travis? He's not a starter at either side of the ball, but they're still getting them reps on both as a starter.
Well, let me say this. People may not believe this, but I believe that Hunter will be a starter on defense. And the reason I say that is I think Jarian is versatile. I think Jarian is going to be the backup nickel. You got a guy in in Jones Lewis that has been banged up. So he's going to have to take a dual role. And even though the Giants might be doing great, I think Hunter will be a starter on defense. I think it's too early to question whether or not he's going to be an excellent player or not. And I heard this is an interesting one because I heard a deal on Troy Aikman talking about our old days the other day. And he said one of the things that allowed us to be the best that we were was because everybody took their egos and left them at the door. So I think a 13-4 football team, in my mind, is a Super Bowl contender. So I think the guys have got to understand that whoever they put out there is going to be the guy. And then when they get their opportunity, they have to do what they're going to do. And then I think he'll be just a fourth piece on offense.
All right. So, Dave, at what point do you read the room and say, okay, I think the idea of like getting him as many snaps on offense as we can get him while still realizing he's the one corner, does that change into, all right, let's just go all corner. Let's just get him completely comfortable on being our number one corner?
Well, I think they have enough time to do that, Matt. It's really early in my mind. I mean, until you get into the preseason games, it's training camp, and you've got a lot of opportunities to see what people are doing, and I think that's all part of it right there. And to me, I think the biggest thing is that I think he's going to be mentally ready to play both sides of the ball. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to play both sides of the ball all the time, and I think that's what you have to look at. You have to say, okay, we've got to make sure that if one of our receivers went down, for example, if he's just a spot player on offense, does he know the offense well enough to be able to get in there and get more snaps? And I think that's what they're doing with him. But I think he's going to be a full-time corner and a part-time offensive guy.
Yeah, and when they got it rolling today, Coach, we're talking with our head coach, Dave Campo, and when you think about the weapons that they have and the communication, there was a really bad communication mistake between Trevor and BTJ early in this mock game. Brian took it deep. Trevor was looking for him to do a little comeback. Lack of communication, miscommunication, whatever. Anyway, they come back several plays later and make that play. And he threw it to the outside, to the boundary, where BTJ did a little curl, turned it upfield, and can make plays. So those things are happening. That's what practice is all about, is it not? You need to learn, listen to your teammate, and then figure out a way to do it right the next time.
Absolutely. And the game is changing all the time from the standpoint, Joe, that a lot of those receivers and a quarterback are making decisions based on where people are on defense. You know, when you run a post, for example, you don't know if the safety is going to be deep or if he's going to be underneath it. Mm-hmm. And those are the things that you work on all the time, and it just doesn't happen. You just don't walk out there and say, okay, run a post. If the safety's shallow, take it deep. If he's deep, take it underneath. Those are things that you work on, and that's what training camp is all about.
Coach, I wish I had good news to tell you, but the offensive line's a dumpster fire right now on the right side, all right? All right, Walker Little went down. Mayim went to right. Moham went to right guard. And you could tell in practice today that break down the communication, break down in plays, break down in run game and everything like that. I mean, I don't, like you say, it's early, but you need to develop some kind of continuity with this offensive line moving forward before the season starts.
I agree with you, Leon, 100%. And obviously I didn't see it, but I know that you know what you're looking at. And to me, I think that's part of the early part of training camp when you're moving guys around, trying to get them, you know, with the pads on to get an idea where they're at as far as guard, tackle, left tackle, right tackle. I think the biggest thing is that when you throw a couple of injuries into that, then it becomes a little bit of an issue. And I think I heard that Little left the game early today, and all of a sudden you're putting Monheim out of guards, this and that. I think that in the long run is going to be positive if they're all healthy at the end. I think they'll have the best five guys, and it'll start to go that way once they go through that first preseason game. So to me, I'm disappointed as you are that, that they're not just starting out from scratch with a veteran group, and that's the way it's going to be. But we knew going in, right, Leon, that Milam and Pregnon and Bonheim, those guys were going to get an opportunity to show what they can do. So if that's the case, let it play out and see what happens here early. And then eventually you have to make a decision. Here's my 5, and let's go.
All right, so I think, Joe, they're not practicing tomorrow, correct?
They just got like a little mini walk.
Yeah, they typically don't do much after something like that. So all right, so then you're looking at Sunday, and then all of a sudden game week is here, Coach, and you've got joint practices. So I mean, I would think they have an idea of what they're going to do, right? I mean, because even though you've got uncertainty on the offensive line, even though Travis Hunter started with the ones on the first defense. He was there, and Monteric Brown was there, and Jarwin was off the field. Jordan Lewis was the nickel. So I would think that's their idea right now of where they want to go. And my guess would have been that Walker Little on the right side, Milam at right guard, considering McCary hasn't done anything, is where they want to go on the offensive line. But at this point, we have no idea what's going on, and now we're at game week.
Yeah, and again, just remember this, Matt. You saw the game last night, right?
Right.
There weren't very many starters in that.
Right, but in the joints though, they will be going ones. Like that's going to be important, will it not?
Now, absolutely, and that's why I'm saying, in from a standpoint of having Little being banged up, if he's not going, that hurts them a little bit. But it also gives a guy like Milam, and I heard Pregnon wasn't the other day.
No, well,
hopefully he'll be ready to go. You want to see those guys in action against another football team, and you've got plenty of opportunity to see that in the next, from now in that first preseason game, because the starters aren't going to play a lot anyway.
I'm going to make my XLP Big Three number one, Ventrell Miller, Coach, because he almost took one of my other dudes' head off today. CJ Williams almost got decapitated by 51. And I tell you what, Coach, there's such good competition in the linebacker room between Ventrell, Branson, and Dennis Gardeck, who we'll hear from a little bit later on. You have to love the competition from a defensive point of view.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I'm a Ventrell Miller fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that much about Combs. I hear he's doing a lot, but I've never really seen him. But I've seen Ventrell, and I know that Ventrell has the ability to do things that I would have loved if I had a weak side linebacker. And so, I'm hopeful that he's going to grasp that. But if Combs is better than he is, so be it. And then Gardock, I don't know that much about him off the ball. I saw him do some good things on the ball. I don't know where he sits in that mix, but I know Ventrell, and I believe it's going to be Ventrell and Aluakon in the starting group.
Now, Coach, Anton had a better day today at left tackle. I think that all the mixing and matching that's going on the right side, but in descent on the right side, is to try to find some chemistry. But I think that Anton and Ezra Cleveland, you can't mess with those two because legitimately those are going to be your blindside protectors.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they made the decision. I know we were up in the air last week, but I felt that and I think you guys felt the same way. They'd seen enough of Little at left tackle, and not knowing where Van Lanen is at this point, I think Harrison's the guy. And we know athletically Harrison is good enough to play that position, in my opinion, at least. I think I know that. But I think he and Cleveland, they're there, and that's it. So you're going to see some movement there in that first preseason game too. When they go to the second unit, I think they're where they need to be at this point, and they'll get more time as it goes.
All right, Dave, as a wildly successful former NFL coach, what do you do with joint practices? What's your main goal in joint practices?
I think the competition level. To me, I think it's great because, you have to be careful because, those guys hitting each other for the first time from different teams, it can get a little physical. Well, you're going to find out who your physical guys are, but you have to be careful about who you put out there and when you put them out there. because there's some guys trying to make that football team on both teams, and it can be a little bit dangerous. But if you're going to be a good football team, those are great because your guys should be out there battling, and that's what they're going to see.
All right, Coach. Great stuff as always. You and I are cranking up Campo and Joe next Thursday as we get ready for that Saints exhibition game.
You got it. And, hey, guys, have a great day, and I'm looking forward to that first preseason game.
Yeah, man. All right, thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, buddy. So, Coach, yeah, he kind of at least puts it in perspective. And you guys on the text line firing away as well, 641-1010. Give us some thoughts on what you're looking at with this team taking shape. We will keep it going on your Jaguars into some college football as well on a Florida Home AC Friday.
From the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio, XL Primetime. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care. Official dental partner of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Honda always has cool stuff, Greg. But talk about the side-by-side of what Pioneer has.
I tell you, the all-new Pioneer, which is their flagship model, all redesigned this year, comes with a cab for heat and AC, so if you want to stay a little cool on those hot summer days when you're out riding, this is the ticket.
And you can have the stereo, full sound.
You name it, we got it. Wheels, tires, stereos, lights, heat and AC, we're your people.
Go check it out in the showroom. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, there's a lot going on in Congress right now with the Protect College Sports Act.
There's always a lot going on.
God, it changes hour by hour. And every senator's trying to get their additions to it. It hasn't even gone to the floor for a vote yet, okay? And they're still trying to make additions to it and subtractions. Then it's got to go to the House. Then it's got to come back to the Senate.
I always get hungry when I hear they're putting pork on that bill.
Yeah, I don't see how this thing's... Anyway, Senator Moody from Florida, Ashley Moody, she has proposed 3 amendments to the act, including one that will allow power conference schools such as Miami and Florida State and Clemson to switch leagues without the 5-year probationary period if they notify their current conference within 180 days of enactment. Currently, the bill as it's written has a 5-year probationary period for any team that wants to leave a conference to join another Power 5 conference.
So you're just saying they just want to rewrite every rule.
So here's the thing. I think there's probably 3 or 4 teams that could do that and survive for 5 years because they could get a deal with Apple or they could get a deal with Netflix or whoever and sustain themselves over those 5 years. Yes.
You play your whole
have to go
schedule.
independent.
You'd have to schedule everybody yourself.
And teams would schedule you. There's no doubt teams would schedule you. So the reality is I think there's like a handful, maybe 3 or 4. I mean, I think Florida State could probably get a deal with someone.
Oh, yeah.
I think Miami could probably get a deal with someone.
Both those schools have been independent before and thrived.
Yeah, I don't know about Clemson. I don't know about that.
Why don't you think so?
Because they are. There's no doubt they're a brand, but they're getting further and further away from when they were dominant in college football. So I don't know about Clemson.
Okay, what about Florida State, Miami?
Yeah, FSU's further and further away.
They're a bigger brand.
Yeah,
they're a considerably bigger brand.
I'd put them all in the same pile.
So
honestly.
BYU,
I would.
BYU can do it.
No way.
BYU can definitely do it because they did it before. The BYU TV gets a lot of money for them, so they could do it if by some chance they were going to the Big Ten or the SEC, which I don't see happening. But I don't know about anybody else. I mean, you start looking down that list of the ACC and the Big 12. Certainly nobody from the Group of 5.
Well, it's funny because there are more candidates to get lopped off.
Oh,
to be quote relegated than there are.
Like Arizona State couldn't do it. Nobody's giving Arizona State a 5-year deal.
No.
Nobody's giving Utah a 5-year deal.
No. There are only so many bigs, blue bloods,
like I'm saying, there may be 3 or 4 that could do it, that could survive for 5 years, and I think that's why Ashley Moody kind of did that. And I actually think look, we all know this is where it's headed anyway, right, with the super conferences. So I don't know how if it works, if everybody agrees to it. Everybody's got to agree to this amendment too.
Back to independent. I love it.
Me too.
I would love it.
Yeah.
But if this part of if this amendment is added to the act and it's approved, you won't have to go independent. You'll just have to give them 6 months advance notice.
Right. And then
you finish this season, and then in January you say we're out.
And you jump into whatever.
But you would have to have a conference that's willing to bring you in.
Yes. And right now within that bill, there's another thing you have to remember. It's capped. The conferences can go no more than 19 teams. So the Big Ten's currently at 18, so they get 1 more. And you know they're waiting for Notre Dame, right?
That
and then
really cracks me up.
The SEC is at 16, so they would get 3 more. They could add 3 more.
All right, that already is home cooking when you say we cap it at 19 because the Big Ten's at 18 and just give them 1 more. That's just nonsense.
The whole thing's nonsense, Joe.
Listen to me. I've heard
like all of this is stupid,
it's
and all
nonsense,
of these senators are trying to put their own little things in it. I saw, these states don't want because certain states now have a law where men can't play in women's sports or whatever.
They're trying to,
and so now they're like, hey, we need to make sure that that's in there for all those states, and you know that. There's going to be certain leftist states that aren't going to be cool with that. So, like, is this even going to pass, man?
I don't think it is. I think it's got a long way to go.
Never stop working up on the hill.
But
never.
But
they want to put their own stuff in
there's
there.
all kind of talk out there, believe me. Like there's people in the SEC who believe if the SEC tried to add Miami and Florida State, that Florida would be furious and would say, you add them, we're leaving. And if they leave, the Big Ten would grab them like that.
Yeah. Where are you going to go? Yeah,
the Big Ten.
Well, I know that, but
well, what if they're already capped at 19?
They might be capped, right?
They will change the rule.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
I do take exception to Joe's Clemson's just as big a brand as Florida State.
I don't think so.
That's
Joe.
madness.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say that
maybe 10 years ago.
Well, I simply say Miami, obviously, with more national championships, there's something about them in that market.
I'm just saying, like, when you walk around America and you see logos on people in Boston, when you're walking around, you see Florida State, you see Miami and all these big cities. You don't see Clemson.
That also underscores what Dabo did there, man.
Right. I also
just unreal.
Like Clemson has fans that went to the school. Miami and Florida State have fans that are just like, me.
Right. They come
tons of those.
Yeah, they do come out of the woodwork in that respect.
Don't insult me like that.
Hey,
Florida does too.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Florida's
don't even
way
that
bigger
you want to
brand
get you want to get hack mad. Yeah. Throw that little thing at him.
Yeah. Anyway,
I actually think that makes the school a lot bigger. Is that they have out of the alumni,
of course,
not counting the alumni, they have tons of fans everywhere.
In the two in particular, and I would probably relent on the argument with this. They were TV brands across the board.
Yes,
because of their independent status. When Bobby did what he did, it was taking on all comers. That made them
for a long time.
Huge
Those
brand.
two, yeah.
But I'm just simply saying, Clemson can climb right back into that conversation if Dabo doesn't work out, they go get another guy. They still are able to put that winning championship formula together. They have the resources. They have the fan passion. And so maybe you're right. I
agree.
Yeah, there's a Miami's got more hardware than those others.
But you could also say that. You could also say something like SMU. Why wouldn't somebody want SMU?
Well, the only thing is
the money they have.
Right, but I'm just simply saying that this team did it against the best. Alabama, there were
no doubt
4 titles shared by 2 teams over a 4-year period, and they were slugging it out.
And I'm not even talking about hardware though.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about eyeballs on games.
Yeah.
And because in this scenario we're talking about a Netflix or a ESPN or somebody would have to be willing to give you a 5-year deal.
It would have to be like ESPN or Apple.
But it's just so funny.
Yeah, and it's like Clemson could probably do that.
Yeah.
But definitely Miami and Florida.
But just think about it, JJ and Big Sirs, you guys fell off the proverbial football map in a way that I think few would have predicted based on what you had done, and then just couldn't pull yourselves back into that. And Mario obviously has been able to do it, but you guys, we still know what the stadium situation is, what the attendance is, and has been for a long, long time. So there's still warts on.
Of course,
the
but listen, even though
about
Miami and Florida State suck, and when they did really suck, they still were on at 7:30 on ESPN.
Right. So my guess would be
they were still a brand people watch.
So they're not. So Netflix isn't going to grab one of them. My guess is they'd probably grab all 3 of them. They'd grab all 3 of them as a package, and it would be just like an independent, deal.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could easily see that happening.
But then, would an SEC team or a Big Ten team not schedule them?
No, I think
would they be told hey, don't put them on the schedule?
No, I think they'll schedule them because eventually they're going to go there anyway.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you schedule them?
But they still would probably have that little pause.
Yeah, they'd. You'd have 4 or 5
gut 'em a
games
little
against Group of 5 teams. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
but you'd probably get 4 or 5 good games a year.
Well, Kyle Whittingham uttered the phrase that I've been saying forever. If he wants credit, I'll let him have it. But he uttered the phrase Super D1, and that is exactly.
He did. He kind of copied.
You should have trademarked.
The thing is what? So I mean, I can see the independent thing happening, and I can see the TV deals happening. The question is, what happens with the playoff? Do they get access to the playoff? Special access or any access?
That's you can't just say the team that was in the national title last year isn't allowed to be back in the playoff.
Okay, then they're just then they're like any other independent. If they're voted in, they're voted in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we will keep it rolling. College football, Jaguars on the brain. Florida home AC Friday. You guys hit the text line 641-1010. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Some thoughts on that college talk with practices opening up. We definitely got to get into what's happening on the field.
XL Primetime from the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio. Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pick it here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Hicken here. You know I've been using Zero Res for years now. Heck, I used a couple other guys way back when, even tried to do the do-it-yourself cleaning. I learned real quick, that ain't for us. With Zero Res, you get the Zero Residue Carpet Cleaner. Leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Right now, call for the back-to-school promotion. Book 2 rooms of carpet cleaning for $149, get 2 rooms free. Call 287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL back-to-school special.
Zero Res.
Hey, I'm Matt Lennon with AB Signs. If you own a business but your vehicle, your storefront, or job sites aren't promoting that name, who's getting your next customer? At AB Signs, we'll help your business stand out with custom vehicle graphics, signs, banners, and decals. Whether you're starting new or upgrading your image, we'll make sure your business gets noticed. Before you order from an online merchant, call local. Call Matt at AB Signs, and let's put your business to work.
Make your outdoor living space one you're proud of with Sutherland Lawn and Landscape. From landscape design and outdoor living spaces to turf, lighting, irrigation, pavers, and complete residential and commercial maintenance, Sutherland brings your vision to life with quality craftsmanship and a team you can trust. Sutherland Lawn and Landscape, transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living. Visit SUTHERLINlawn.com today.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campion. Campion Law.
Hey, soccer fans, Sporting Jacks is giving away a new Honda Accord Saturday, 8:15. Sporting Jacks men take on Indy 11 at 7 on Hodges Field at UNF. Just be there. Someone will win a new car from Honda at the Avenues and Sporting Jacks. Visit sportingjacks.com today.
Did you know if you buy a $6,000 natural diamond pendant at Beard's Diamonds, they'll give you all that money back when you decide to upgrade in the future to a larger diamond?
If you walk out with a natural diamond, a natural tennis bracelet, a natural pair of diamond studs, whether it be 5 minutes, 5 years, 10 years down the road, we will give you exactly what you paid for those items.
That's Ben Lupo, with his father John explaining that as long as you upgrade to a larger size, Beards will pay you exactly what you paid them for the original diamond.
You get exactly what you paid, and you just pay the difference. An example is you bought a $1,000 pair of earrings, and you're looking for something a little bit bigger. The new earrings are $2,000. You pay $1,000 difference.
And you can do it as many times as you like. So with a guarantee like this, anyone can start out small and over the years keep trading up from 1 carat to 3 or 4 or 5 carats.
As the budget grows, we're always going to be there for them.
A 100% natural diamond upgrade guarantee. Just another thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from everyone else. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Jacksonville's local dealer for 45 years.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
That shot downfield, got a man! Oh, it's caught, big hit, and held on to. Wow! One more time by Brooks. Carson Beck of the Cards inside the 5. Touchdown in the end zone. He's got it for the touchdown.
Carson Beck looks like he is just another day in the office out here.
Chris Collinsworth breaking it down like nobody can when it comes to the Hall of Fame game. And I don't know what they were calling on the defensive side. Most say no one's prepping this time of the year. You call yours and we'll call ours. But Carson Beck was fun to watch last night.
He was. My quarterback looked good. Absolutely.
He was
He scrambled for a first down. the touch pass in the back of the end zone. I mean, he's having fun out there, man. Almost nailed it as far as the stats went.
Yeah, you
especially in the first half.
Like almost right on it.
Yeah.
11 for 14, 148 yards and a touchdown.
And you had him 10 for 14, right?
Had him 10 for 14, 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Underestimated.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, he almost had 2 touchdowns.
He almost had 2.
He threw a guy down at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. And
Haynes King, by the way, won the game when Carson was taken out in the second half.
Right.
Haynes King actually won the game for the other team with a rushing touch. Haynes King looked great, too.
Yeah, and you know what?
Another favorite of our show.
Exactly. He got a crick in his leg, and you know what? If he is going to score a touchdown in the National Football League, it's going to be running football, okay? Haynes King is going to run somebody over. He's going to do whatever it takes. He is definitely a fun one to watch as well. But congrats to Carson. You really couldn't have asked for a better debut. Who knows what happens from the regular season on? But at the very least, he turned heads. He got his coach a little, like his coach was almost just gushing over the success of the first.
The whole idea is to make it tough on him.
Yeah.
Good film, good practices, good reps, all that kind of stuff. No one knows the situation with you. That's not your job.
Right.
Jacoby Brissett, y'all deal with that. I'm going to go out here and ball like he did.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have to make a decision down the road, that's a good decision to have to make.
Yeah.
So
should never
maybe the Jags should trade for him.
Yeah.
It's way early for quarterbacks. But he looked good. Like he looked like he knew how to manage the game, which I think is really big for like young guys. He managed the game well. He didn't panic. He threw accurately. Look, it's all, again, you say this all the time. It's all about getting your opportunity. He went in there, got his opportunity, and played well.
Yeah.
At the very least, he's making them think, okay, let's see a little more of him. Let's see what else we got with him when it's the ones against ones.
I think the whole notion, whenever you take a guy a little bit later on in the draft at the most important position, anything can happen. Kirk Cousins was taken after RG3 was taken by Mike Shanahan in Washington. And we all know how that turned out. Cousins has been making a hell of a lot of money for a long, long time. And a guy like Carson late in the draft, you just produce competition at a hugely important position. And I don't think there's any way that they could not look at it with enthusiasm right now and see where he goes. Anyway,
plus, you know what you have with Brissett.
Yeah.
You know what you have.
True.
You know what you have with Gardner.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to surprise you with either one of those two. With him, it's a little different. You don't know what you have.
And I'm not even going to take away what he did last night. Just we all know, Leon more than any of us, what you see in the preseason, in the, quote, exhibition games, it's entirely different when
of
you
course
are.
It is.
Oh, yeah. So
of course
see where it goes.
But when you see him play like that,
it was
I
very encouraging.
think at the very least there's hesitation of, let's get him some snaps with the ones to see what it looks like.
Hugely encouraging.
Right, Leon? I mean, if you're a coach, don't you say, let's get him some snaps with the ones?
Absolutely. And he took command of that huddle. You know, in and out the huddle.
He managed the game.
Managed the game properly, absolutely. And that's what they're looking for. Because you understand that both sides are vanilla, all right? Both sides are not going to show their hand. We're going to run base offense. You're going to run base defense. Let's line up and see what happens.
Yeah.
And he played well.
It's funny, and we'll just maybe tie these two together, but real quick, Carson lit it up last night. American Electrical can light up your world. If you were looking for an opportunity as an electrician, you definitely need to check it out with all the work and that they've got going on and all the progress that's taking place in Duval. Check out American-Electrical.com. So when you think of what he did, you think about a handful of these situations. Let's just take what we saw yesterday at practice, big, versus today. Today, would you agree, more base defense and more success as the day unfolded compared to what was happening yesterday? Because no fans were there yesterday, so they were working on more things.
Yeah, they were working more of 12 and 13. They were throwing out of 12 and 13 personnel.
Yeah, they were.
They were throwing out of it, which we really didn't see a lot of. We saw them run a lot of it, run the tight ends, wham, and down the middle. But this was play action as well out of those personnel groupings, and saw a little bit more of that than we saw in the last couple of weeks.
How'd my guy Borkature
I was just going to say, Borkature stretched the field a little bit down the seam.
Nice.
They didn't throw it to him, but he was stretching the field.
He did have one. Would have loved to have gotten his mitts on it in the corner of the end zone.
Right.
It just wasn't spot on. Surprisingly, it wasn't spot on.
So allegedly, this is what I was told, that they didn't share what was going on today for the first time. So the offense didn't know what defense was doing. Defense didn't know what the offense was doing. And to me, this was going to be my number one. We never got to my number one.
XLP Big Three.
They're still covering well.
Yeah.
They're not just the starters either.
And so
everybody in that secondary is really covering well.
Okay, so let's at least pair this up because I'm glad you're saying that because it still looked like base for the most part. Did it not?
Yes.
But at the very least,
they're covering.
Right. And you didn't have a play sheet to know what was coming.
Like, but believe me, if you guys out there, you've watched this team, well, not so much last year, but all the previous years, but some last year as well. You got guys running free everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not happening in practice. I'm telling you right now, if you can get out there, how many more practices for the fans? Maybe a couple.
At least a couple.
You got to get out there and watch the secondary. You will be not only surprised, but you'll be pleasantly surprised to the point where you're like, all right, we might be able to do something this year.
All right, I'll throw another one out there. Do you have a number one you want to throw out there?
Mine was Trevor. Right?
Okay.
He threw 3 touchdowns today.
Yeah.
One, he scrambled. He had the pressure, scrambled about, and then threw. But the laser he threw in the back of the end zone, the BTJ, that was the thing. That was in the pocket.
That's impressive.
That was inside the pocket. He threw that laser.
And
then
BTJ
the one,
did not push off
No, he didn't.
bar him or anything.
He didn't. And then the Parker Washington one.
Oh.
So, I mean, he spread the wealth today.
And
All the receivers caught balls.
And he found LeQuint at the goal line.
He did
And that may have been the biggest spike you've ever seen from number 5. He's so fired up every time he makes plays. There were a couple of other dudes. Obviously, Buster Brown went up and got one, which was a beautiful INT for number 1, who's trying to prove that he's the number 1 cornerback on this football team. As I said before, Ventrell almost took C.J. Williams' head off. But a couple of other things. Ballantyne is another dude that's back there making some plays. Number 38. He was thumping. And so there are a few of those dudes that are all going to be either practice squad players, maybe get to come up at some point during the season. But that's what you want, developable guys. And we'll hear from Dennis Gardeck coming up. Like, we're talking from Sioux Falls to a starter.
Yeah, you want depth. You want to be able to and listen. You get paid to coach and to develop players. Not you're not going to. These players don't even the top round players don't come in ready made to play. You have to develop them and coach them as well.
Yeah.
So these back end players or these undrafted players, you've got to even go more over. It's got to be more overhaul and getting these guys developed, watching the film, getting them ready because with a long season, you never know when you have to pull one up.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be ready. All right, we're ready for the 1 o'clock hour. We will stay on your Jaguars. We will get into a few other pieces of NFL news, kind of set up ball that you're going to see going forward, but then also more college football as well on the Florida Home AC Friday.
XL Primetime from the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio. Transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living.
Hey, this is Derek Trucks on my hometown station 1010 XL, 92.5 FM.
Rock the Country, a festival for the people. Coming to the Florida Horse Park in Ocala, Florida, August 28th and 29th, 2026, with Brooks and Dunn, and Blake Shelton, John Party, plus Lauren Alina, Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut, and many more. Get your tickets now at rockthecountry.com.
Call a timeout for the new Smoke and Honey Melts at Firehouse Subs. Choose flame-seared shaved steak or grilled chicken breast, peppers, caramelized onions, melted provolone, chipotle honey dressing, and mayo. All on a toasted sub roll, only at Firehouse Subs.
The swamp is hot. Coaching, recruiting, winning and losing. Catch the Gator Buzz on the Gator Report. Several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right. Keeping Gator Nation in the loop.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
There's no better time than now to buy your football season parking pass from Tailgaters. Complete with on-site restaurant, indoor restrooms, and all-day security. Tailgaters parking selling out. Log on to tailgatorsparking.com today.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jack's Peak. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infinity is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlyon. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infinity is inspected, factory-backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship-level service as a brand-new Infinity? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfinity.com or visit Atlantic Infinity off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
I'm Alan Tyre with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Bill Pappas and Kim Rimley want to thank all of our clients, CPAs, attorneys, bankers, and real estate agents who refer us business every day. If you're ready to purchase, build, or refinance your home, call Trustline Mortgage, your hometown mortgage source since 1989. Call us today at 904-381-LOAN, TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Trustline Mortgage, NMLS 331480. Alan Tyre, NMLS 246490. Bill Pappas, NMLS 218443. Ken Remley, NMLS 246445.
Hicken here. Experience crystal clear vision with the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD, Jacksonville's leader in advanced eye care. From routine eye exams to specialized vision care, their experienced team dedicated to improving and preserving your vision. The same care you've come to trust, now with a new name. To schedule your appointment today, call the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet A. Betchkel, MD, at 296-0098.
Jacksonville, save big today at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Right now, get a semi-automatic AR-style 12-gauge shotgun for just $299. Green Acres also stocks the top brands of suppressors. For nearly 60 years, Green Acres has been Jacksonville's trusted source for firearms and outdoor gear, providing expert service you can count on. Shop Green Acres today at greenacresporting.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Junior center Harrison Moore was named to the 2026 Remington Trophy preseason watch list. The organization has announced Moore enters his first season with the Gators after appearing in 11 games, making 8 starts and 682 snaps at Georgia Tech in 2025. He helped anchor an offensive line that allowed just 9 sacks during the season, earning a spot as one of the 10 semifinalists for the Joel Moore Award. Right now, 89 degrees at 102, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. It's a Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for great deals on a tune-up and service calls.
Definitely check them out, as hot as it is, and especially when you roll into the fall, you want to make sure that everything is cranking when you start having buddies, family, whoever it might be over for the big ball game. 777-4300. All right, we have been cranking really on the Jaguar mock game earlier today, and we definitely will work some college football in as we go along in the 1 o'clock hour. Big Leon Searcy, the Hurricane Hall of Famer, Matty Hayes. Check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Joe C, JJ, we had a conversation with Dennis Gardeck coming up in just a bit. But when we talk about the playmakers, and you said it earlier, Leon, with the way Trevor was able to just basically operate and deal. Jacoby Myers had a couple of big grabs, not just in the middle of the field. Parker Washington had 2, basically taking it up the sidelines. Beautiful. BTJ could have had, I think, a score early, except for Trevor decided to play it inside instead of outside, and it was picked. But they did come back to him. And so I just saw a lot of mixing up just from in terms of the types of plays, the big chunk plays that we all know they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, he's a facilitator. He's getting the ball to all his guys.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see more balls go to tight ends too, especially in those 12 and 13 personnels. But that's somewhere down the road, hopefully, more than likely. But yeah, he's. I don't want to say he's a mid-season form. It's too early to say some stuff like that. But he's doing some nice things with the ball. He was a little early on. He had a couple of overthrows and everything. Then he got into a nice little rhythm, start making some throws, and players start making some catches. But I mean, these guys, this is practice. You go and you do this type of stuff because you're practicing. So I mean, the overthrows I can deal with, but it was nice to see him rebound and throw some touchdown passes later on.
I think I'm going to be very interested to see what it looks like against the Saints next week in the joints because a couple things actually. Because number one, obviously, and Leon can speak this as a former player, I think you turn it up a little bit when it's not Jaguar on the other side, of the ball. Okay,
Yeah,
that's number
you
one.
have to, right?
Yeah, and number two, I think just by watching Trevor in the last couple weeks, he certainly looks good, but I also think he's not sharp, like sharp. And he'd probably even admit that because he said a couple times that he hasn't really had good, in specific days, he hasn't had as good a day as he thought he could have. So I think when you got it, when you're going into a situation where you're going joints against a different team, all of a sudden you start to get really specific in your prep. So I want to see what he looks like when he's really specific in his prep. And when he gets out there and he's going against another team, then I think you're going to see not only him, but the offense itself, how it looks.
Yeah, I think 100%.
No, I was going to say, ultimately, sometimes when you're going up against your teammates, so often it gets boring.
Yeah.
It really does. So I mean,
week after week,
day after day, you know what I'm saying? It gets so going and playing another team, unfamiliar faces, rivalry guy, then the intensity ramps up because I'm not saying they brother-in-law, but they ain't going to hit nobody full speed.
Well, you
on
also
most occasions.
you also prepare differently, right?
Yeah.
Like the prep is different when you're going against someone that's not your teammate.
Yeah, the juice is flowing a little bit more when you're going up against somebody else.
Mentally and physically, you're preparing differently.
Yeah, and you know you're going to play them in a game. You know you're going to have the joint practices, and then you're going to play them in the game. So
yeah, and that way you make sure you don't get shown up.
Yeah.
And I would think that is a big part of it. Nah, it's not a big
because me and Coach was sitting there saying, I mean, we hear the thumping, but we don't hear no clapping. We don't hear no, banging of the bodies and stuff like that. And we were both like, well, they're probably tired of going up against each other, to be quite honest with you. So it'll be good next week to go up against another team.
Right. And I feel like the fact that they have 3 of these is also really important.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to see 3 different either types of defenses or types of offenses that the D's going to go up against. We've been hyping and bragging on the back 7 a bunch as far as see what they do against the others.
Exactly.
And as far as New Orleans goes, we don't know who they are. Kellen Moore, second year, Shook, second year, find out how they ultimately operate. But this defense needs to see somebody like that and see if they can't make something happen. And then whatever they choose to do against the Panthers and the Bucs here will be very valuable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they're going to go up against playoff worthy teams.
Yes. And I to me, and I even think that Liam said this. This is the key to camp.
Yeah.
These joint practices are the key to camp because I think you start to see what happens with the Saints and then you adjust. And it's not just going to be like a little tweak. You're going to adjust.
Right.
Because you're going to see, okay, now this is us. We're not practicing against each other now. This is someone else. So now you start to get exposed a little bit, or as Liam, what did he say? The stink.
Yeah,
you start to smell the stink wherever it is. Yeah. You get a little exposed, then you start to adjust. It's not unlike the season. When you play a game and you lose a game you shouldn't lose, you get exposed a little bit, you adjust.
Right.
Or in the middle of a game, you adjust. You get exposed the first half, you adjust, come back the second half. So to me, that's why these joints are so important. Is you start to see you're going against someone else. You see how they're reacting to you and how you have to react to them.
Yeah,
and you don't go ones against ones in the joint.
It'd be beautiful.
It's going to be one.
That's what they want to see. So we'll have that. We'll have that next Thursday in New Orleans, and then back here for the other 2, Carolina and Tampa, which will be really big. Real quick, Trevor Lawrence on the drill this morning, and I'm sure a lot of you 1010XL Nation lovers listen to it live, but you can go to the on-demand section at 1010XL.com if you missed any of it and go back and play it. The expectation question was asked by Dan and Jeff to Trevor, and here's his answer as far as the season is concerned.
This is by far the best position we've been in, I think, from year to year. And how did we get better from the end of last season until training camp now, I feel like we took some huge steps. It wasn't like we just sat on our hands and hoped we could just be good again. Hopefully, let's take the same guys and do it again. I think there's so much work that has to be put in, even if you have a very similar team, to get yourself in a position to have a good year and to be a really good team. There's so much work you have to put in every year, even if it's the same guys. So I think we understand that. Our staff's done a good job of preaching that and pushing us to get better every day. But yeah, I mean, it's not about the outside expectations. I mean, we feel really good about our team. We know that we're preparing the right way, and we'll spot the ball in September, and we'll see how many games we can win. So, I mean, that's what it's about, and we're going to be ready, though.
Don't you love when they say spot the ball?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, listen, Trevor knows and this team knows that they left a lot of meat on the bone last year.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more frustrating for a player. And I've been there. When we played the Chargers in the AFC Championship game, we lost, and they went to the Super Bowl, and they get destroyed by the 49ers. I'm looking at them and saying, wow, how did they beat us? And then this same Jaguar team has to be looking at the Broncos the way they played, the Patriots the way they played. This team could have easily been in the Super Bowl last year if they win if they get Josh Allen off the field just one time in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Yahtzee. It drives you crazy. It really does. And that's been a main focus.
Or if you get a first down.
Or if make a field
goal.
Or
if it's fourth and a long one and you don't have to run zone read with your quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of, look, there's a lot of stuff. And I wouldn't put it all on the defense. And I know
late in that game.
And I know your point is they had to lead twice in the fourth quarter, and I get that.
Yeah.
But you also could score more. There's not a rule against scoring more.
No, but you still put 24 up, and so that's pretty good. And look, we won't agree, but we both are saying the same thing. You got to figure it out.
There's more meat on the bone both sides of the ball. Is my point. They can grow on both sides of the ball.
All right, here's a classic example, and let's make this the 10-10 take because you'll love this just in terms of taking those points early.
10-10 take. Now, Josie's 10-10 take. Served up by Wingstop. Can't stop Wingstop.
Definitely enjoy some delicious wings, especially the more ball you see, because it is going to be coming at you fast and furious. You can go to wingstop.com and don't forget join Club Wingstop and earn some rewards for every dollar you spend. Worst thing you can do is go all the way down the field and get in the end zone, and then you're supposed to split the uprights for that extra point, and you miss it. And so it's that type of stuff that obviously needs to be worked on. Everything doesn't count in practice, but it means a hell of a lot. And you need a guy that's being viewed in Duval, I call it the special teams capital of the world, as one of the best legs in football. Well, don't forget about Mr. Automatic as well, okay? Those things need to be
By the way,
done.
Mr. Automatic whiffed first touchdown, missed the extra point.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just Yeah, that's what I said. So
I didn't hear you say that he missed it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing is that
yeah.
you go down there, let's get 7, not 6, 7. And so those are the things that absolutely have to happen. And you go back to the game we were just talking about, take the points, make the kick, all that type of stuff adds up to what could have been a W as opposed to an L. Those are important.
So many things in that game.
Don't take anything for granted.
Well, I mean, your coaching style in the regular season can't be the same as in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the playoffs, you win, you go home.
Yeah.
In the regular season, you can gamble a little bit more. In the playoffs, you can't. So you take the points any chance you get.
Yeah, and I understand it early in a game. You think you can overcome it if you don't make it. But, yeah, those were precious points for sure. All right, let's say hello to Dennis Gardeck. Hear from him coming up in just a second. Back into some college football. Florida home, AC Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us.
XL Primetime from the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio.
I want winners. Who really wants to win? Who's a winner? I said, who's a winner?
1010XL.
I want winners.
92.5 FM.
Winning feels good. I really like winning.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL. Installed by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
No pads, no problem. The Gators ramped up the intensity for day 3 of fall camp with blocking and tackling drills with the first fully padded practice coming on Monday. Quarterbacks Aaron Philo and Tramell Jones Jr. spoke to the media for the first time today. Philo said the receiving core is explosive, and to be the starter, he needs to operate the offense and not turn the ball over, while Jones Jr. said he's close to having the offense become second nature.
If you're getting estimates for replacement windows, do yourself a favor. Get one more. Prosser here.
I did, and I was blown away. Cash Building Materials local team is so experienced, and they know exactly what works for Jacksonville homes at a surprising price. You owe it to yourself to see what they can do before making a decision. Before you buy windows or doors, get a cash quote. Search Cash Building Material. Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
The World Poker Tour is coming back to Best Bet Jacksonville from August 20th to September 9th.
From the ladies and the seniors 50-plus events to mystery bounties, Best Bet live feature tables, and over $1.5 million in guarantees. The WPT Best Bet Scramble is going to be full of poker action and excitement.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the World Poker Tour at Best Bet Jacksonville. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Every championship season starts with summer sweat.
Training camp weeds out the boys from the men.
Every time something you need to know happens at training camp, you'll hear about it on 1010XL.
This is your playbook.
Presented by Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Hey, Duval fans, Jeff Lageman here. To win on game day, our team needs a flawless playbook and elite execution, and your vehicle is no different. From routine maintenance and brakes to engine and transmission work, team up with one of 30 local Jacksonville Napa Auto Care Centers. Most repairs are backed by a 24-month, 24,000-mile nationwide peace of mind warranty.
Score big. Drive into CNL Automotive on Phillips Highway or B&D Automotive on San Juan Avenue today.
Know-how!
Summertime is here, and that means it's grilling season. Now, before you overpay at the big box stores, make a stop at Houston's Meat Company on Main Street in Jacksonville. For more than 50 years, Houston's has been Jacksonville's local butcher shop, serving up quality meats, incredible prices, and the kind of service you just can't find at the grocery chain. Steaks, burgers, chicken, ribs, whatever's on the grill this weekend, Houston's has you covered. Shop local, grill better. Follow Houston's Meats on social for updated weekly specials.
Tom McMahon is here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned First Coast business for nearly 20 years. Hurricane season is here. Don't wait for the first storm warning. Your fence is your first line of defense. Loose boards, weak posts, or damage can turn into big problems when high winds come around. Armstrong Fence Company handles repairs and builds from stadiums to backyards. Get a pre-storm fence check today. Call Armstrong Fence Company or search online. Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $4,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Veterans have given everything in service of our country. I'm Chris Campione, and if you've been injured in an accident through no fault of your own or dealing with the consequences of having your VA benefits denied, you deserve someone who will fight hard for you. At Campione Law, we're proud to stand up for those who have served and protect the rights that you've earned. You don't pay anything unless we win your case. Learn more at CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville, and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione. Campione Law.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. It's a Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for great deals on a tune-up and service calls.
Couple thoughts from Liam Cohen, your head coach, on the scrimmage coming up as we talk Jaguar ball. But first, one of the guys who is vying for some serious playing time, and the thing I like about Gardeck's stat line last year, 2.5 sacks, forced a fumble, 4 dozen tackles, just did a lot of things without necessarily being that dude always on the football field. And this team plucked him from Arizona and signed him, and he was a late signing and has been able to come on and produce. Let's hear from him, and then we'll hear from Liam Cohen on the Jaguars scrimmage earlier today.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
Joe C. from XL Primetime saying hello to Dennis Gardeck, one of the dudes who made plays last year for your Jaguars, and I know you got to be looking forward to more, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. So just keep taking each step, ready to continue to improve.
So when you look at this defense, just give us an idea of situationally how you've shined in the past and what you think you can do going forward.
I would say just defensively as a whole, we didn't reinstall the whole defense. We kind of picked up where we left off. For the majority, everybody's intact. So the communication's at a higher level. We're not having to go back and reinstall day one things. So just to be able to take that first step as a true step from last year right now has been critical. So everything's been super tight communication. Everybody knows how to play off of each other. So I would say a fast and physical defense is what you're going to see.
It really is noticeable on our end, the back seven in particular, because there's a lot of active hands. You guys are flying around. Personally, what have you told yourself, hey, I got to do this to take that next step?
I think just having a full offseason in the defense has allowed me to improve so much just because I kind of came in. Right now was my first chance to really get in and play the defensive calls. So to have a year under my belt, to have an offseason under my belt, my pass coverage was something that I really wanted to work on. I felt like I was kind of hindering the adaptability of the defense through my past drops and everything. So to be able to take the next step there, the help with communication has been another big one for me. Helping Foye get everybody aligned and settled so everybody can play fast on set hut.
We're talking with Dennis Gardeck, and one of the guys you certainly can look forward to wearing number 47. So you mentioned that, being able to make the calls. And this time a year ago, you were just coming into the fold. You had how many years? 7 years with Arizona?
Yep.
And then coming into – so take us through that experience. You're like, boom, I got to come in. I got to be ready to go.
Yeah, I actually really appreciated just I took kind of low man on the totem pole mentality. Let's build trust from the ground up, not coming in as a 7-year vet. Hey, I'm new to this system. I want to learn. I want to grow. And I did feel like at times that I was taking more than I was giving to the defense because I wanted to make sure I was in the right alignment and that I was getting the communication from them. So to be able to flip that and be able to help with communication, that's more my brand and my style. And hopefully the defense feels that and understands that, and we're able to take that next step.
I think you're going to – you can tell me you're going to see a lot of 2 linebackers on the field at the same time, not 3. How do you visualize that? You, Ventrell, Branson, you guys are all battling to play alongside Foye.
Absolutely. I just see it as, by committee. We all have our different strengths and skill sets, and that's on the coaches to if I'm a screwdriver, Branson's a hammer, and Ventrell's a drill. Let's make sure we're using the hammer for the nails. Let's make sure we're using the screwdriver for the screws. I think all of us are capable linebackers, and it's just on the coaches to put us in the right situation.
If your nickname is Barbarian, don't you have to have the hammer?
Yeah, I got the club.
Now, when you think about it today, off the edge, you were able to create some pressure. You've been able to do some very nice things. Anton Harrison was complimentary of you just in terms of your speed and skill set off the edge. What does that say to you?
Yeah, that's awesome. I think Tom's a great competitor, a great tackle. So that definitely carries a lot of weight. It's just continuing to find the different ways to maximize my strengths and minimize my weaknesses. And then, when I do have a spot where, hey, this is something I'm vulnerable in, to be able to have the ability to say something. And then, there's 11 of us out there, finding another guy that can kind of help that situation, and we can, we can run a game, or we can do this or that, the different answers off of it. And I think that comes with just having a full year of playing with each other.
Chime in on Trevor and this offense and what you think it's capable of.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's been a huge leap, and it's exciting. We're still competing against them, so I don't want to hype them up too much and go out there and practice tomorrow and try to make them better. But it's been a huge improvement, and it's awesome to see.
All right, Dennis, man, Duval loves having you here. Best of luck.
Thank you.
He's a stunt man. All right. He's a disruptor. He's a preoccupier. That's what he is. All right. Now, he's on the outside right now, but I'm sure when you get into game time, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on as far as stunts and angles and slants, and he's going to be coming around the edge or coming around the corner or coming inside, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's how he made his living last year, being a disruptor, getting preoccupying guys so other guys can make a play or coming off the edge and making it hard on the tackle. That's what Anton is talking about. Listen, trust me, when I saw guys like that outside of me, I didn't want no parts of them because I had to move my feet. I mean, because they first of all, they're never going to want you. They don't want you to touch them. All right, so they're going to be wiggle guys. So they're going to be guys that can beat you across the edge, going to wiggle and make you move your feet and that kind of stuff. And that's what Anton is struggling with right now, because when he's on the outside against Anton, he's making him move his feet. He's giving them wiggle around the corner, stop, inside move, that kind of stuff. Listen, when you a lineman, you don't want all that. You just want somebody big on you, so you get your hands on.
You can handle it. Exactly. But the other thing I like about it is that give Jimmy Gladstone's credit. He found a guy that he thought he could use that would come in and be hungry. Like I said, from Sioux Falls to a starter. But the other thing, Matt, is when you look at his height and weight, okay,
he ain't the biggest dude.
This other regime drafted a Yashir Abdullah, which we've brought up, and he ain't the biggest dude either. But this guy is 6 foot, 230 pounds, yet able to get to the quarterback and make those types of plays.
I'm glad the last few days he's kind of showed out a little bit, because I was telling you guys throughout the first, 8-9 days of camp, I didn't see him. And it wasn't negatively or positively. I just didn't see him. I forgot all about him. And now he's kind of, last couple days, he's made some nice plays. So, he's, no matter how he does it, and if you look at him, like you say, you're standing next to him, you wonder how he does it.
Yeah.
But, man, he uses leverage, he uses bend, and he gets to the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not unlike, by the way, Zach Durfee's same kind. He's not the biggest guy. He's probably 250, but he's 6'5".
Right.
But he's long and he bends, and he also, last 3 days, he's come on, man. It looks like the light has come on for him.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, honestly, and we'll see whether or not those types of guys, because we are now, like we keep adding to this list, littered with guys that have improved the bottom of this roster, that have come in with little acclaim, no acclaim, undrafted dudes that are making plays. And either guys that they signed and obviously made the roster as rookies, or guys like this that just still put out good tape.
I mean, Durfee was running with the second team at edge along with Strigow.
Right.
Now BJ came in later and ran with the ones when they went to like a pass rush formation. So I don't know where they are as far as who's second team edge, but both those guys, both BJ and Durfee, look good.
So let's play that soundbite first, JJ, because that's Liam talking about those two guys that Matt just mentioned. A undrafted dude in BJ from last year, Durfee, a dude that comes in this year's draft class, and here's his thoughts.
They've continued to do that, throughout the course of the last few practices. And, Durf had a good rush the other day, backed up. It would have been a 99-yard touchdown, ended up being probably a safety. So he's showing up. BJ's continue to show up in both the run and the pass. So I've been pleased with those guys.
All right, Big Sirs, listen to this from Liam about the O-line and their play in today's scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought they were all right. I think we ran it fairly well. I thought there was some movement. It didn't feel like there was a ton of guys in the backfield, with the two versus the one defense, some of that's going to happen. But I felt like for the most part, there was movement at the line of scrimmage and opportunities for the backs, whereas, sometimes there's nowhere to go, right? And that's not a fun movie to watch. And I feel like really consistently the last few days, especially with the pads, we've been able to move the line of scrimmage a little bit, and the backs are getting some opportunities.
He didn't speak on pass protection.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's the one thing I was because he's spot on when he's talking about the run game. Pretty much. I mean, are they blowing anybody off the ball? No, not really, because they just you can't really blow on. I'm watching the double teams. You're getting on the double team. You're not finishing it and all that other kind of stuff because that's your teammate. You don't want to hurt them. But no, they've been decent. They've been decent in the run game, right? And that's fine because he said the point of emphasis this camp was going to be more on running the football and less passing. Yeah. So what we did see today as well, like I mentioned earlier, we saw some passes out of 12 and 13 personnel. as well.
Right.
So the play action is going to be there once you establish the run game for some of the tight ends and receivers.
That's the name of the game, is to be able to walk up the line of scrimmage and make defenses guess.
Yeah, put them in conflict, man. They don't know what you're doing. That's how you win games.
Yeah. Simple as that. All right, let's get into a little college ball coming up here in just a second. The storylines for a handful of teams going into fall camp, we've documented a bunch of it as far as quarterback battles, but we'll touch on a little bit more coming up on XL Primetime, a Florida Home AC Friday.
You're in the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio on XL Primetime. Crank the amps and hold on tight.
Closing the gap.
Sunday at Iowa Speedway.
Through 3 and 4.
NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on Jacksonville's high performance NASCAR station 1010 XL.
Make your outdoor living space one you're proud of with Sutherland Lawn and Landscape. From landscape design and outdoor living spaces to turf, lighting, irrigation, pavers, and complete residential and commercial maintenance, Sutherland brings your vision to life with quality craftsmanship and a team you can trust. Sutherland Lawn and Landscape, transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living. Visit SUTHERLIN lawn.com today.
25 weeks comes down to this. 3 wide under the lights. 0 margin for error. Everything on the line. Flirting with 200 miles per hour in the place where this journey began. Race 26, the final hunt for a spot in the chase. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 weekend at Daytona, August 28th through 29th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
We're all good sports here in Jacksonville. Win or lose, we always support our teams and we cheer to the final whistle. So whether it's a touchdown, home run, three-pointer, a slap shot, or hole-in-one, we know how to make some noise. There's a whole lot to cheer about when it comes to sports, and really so much more in Jax. So get off the sidelines and get in all the big events at visitjacksonville.com/events or download the app for the latest sports schedules. Go sports! Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida.
The kids are back to school, and it's finally time to upgrade your outdoor living space.
At Lifetime Enclosures, save big on beautiful glass enclosures, screen enclosures, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, and more.
Stop in and save with our exclusive showroom specials on the outdoor space you've always wanted. Create the perfect place for family dinners, game days, and year-round enjoyment.
Don't wait. Save today. Visit lifetimeenclosures.com to schedule your free consultation. Lifetime Enclosures, bringing affordable luxury home.
Lifetime Enclosures.
It's about to get real. Training camp is on. Listen to 1010XL throughout the day for all the details and analysis of the passes, runs, and defensive performances. 1010XL's coverage of training camp is brought to you by Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
The Golf Club at Southampton is super excited for what's next, and that's brand new greens and plenty more to add to your golfing experience. While renovations are underway, you can still come out, hit the practice area, and keep your game sharp. Plus Thursday night trivia, always fun, and music on Friday nights on the patio. Check it all out at golfsouthampton.com or their Facebook page. Membership opportunities right now where you can take advantage of a great deal before the renovation is complete. Call 287-PLAY and check out the latest from the Golf Club at Southampton.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is me and Coach Dove, when we were watching the simulated game, thought there'd been a little bit more banging, but it was kind of just like elevated practice, just getting guys in situations of game time. But next week when we go to New Orleans, it should be ramped up because the people that you're going up against, you shouldn't care about, and they don't care about you. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So if you don't ramp it up, you're going to get exposed. So understand, going into next week, when you go to New Orleans and you go to joint practices, that man across from you could care less about you.
Yeah.
So there's all this brother-in-law and stuff. Because you can get bored sometimes going against your teammate all the time.
Yeah, I get that.
But now when you go get he don't care nothing about you, and you shouldn't care nothing about him. Respectfully. That's all I'm saying.
Respectfully. Get the job done.
I'm actually shocked, and I'm dead serious when I say this. Shocked that the NFL hasn't figured out a way to televise these things, to televise joint practices.
Well, the NFL Network would just chime in and out of these.
No, I mean like actually
they
the
definitely would
Saints
show
and the
quite a bit of it.
Jaguars
Yeah.
joint practice, all of it from start to finish.
Yeah,
when they're on the field together. I'm shocked they haven't done it. And my guess is they probably will at some point.
Yeah, there's just so many of them. Yeah.
There is, but it's just fans are literally just like crazy for this stuff. Absolutely bat crazy for this stuff. So yeah, I mean I would say this: watch Dickerson, watch Quint Allen, watch I think those two. Watch those two. That's where the fights could start. Those two aren't putting up with anything.
Yeah, that's my betting money.
I'll tell you that right now. Quinn ain't putting up with anything from anybody.
Quinn going to chip on somebody.
And it's going to happen.
And
it's going to lead to something.
He's going to disassemble because he don't play. I love that about him.
I don't think there's anything bad about any of that whenever you have the feistiness, because you really don't want to see it necessarily happen in your own camp. You don't mind a dust up here or there. But if you are going to release the hounds or let out a little aggression, let it be against a team and a dude
That's
in
what
another
usually
team's
happens.
uniform.
That's what usually happens. You know, I like to tell my Sterling Palmer story real quick. I was with the Steelers, Redskins. All right, one-on-one drill. I'm going up against Sterling Palmer. Now we got
joint practice.
Joint practice. Now we got history. Florida State, Miami, of course. I hate him. He hates me. All right, he comes off the ball. He head slaps me. Gets around me, and
in a joint practice.
Joint practice. He head slapped me on a one-on-one drill. So I asked myself, did he just head slap me? And I said, when I saw him over there laughing with his boy, I said he did. So the next time we got up against each other again on the drill, I didn't even pass protect. I run blocked him, and we both went over a fence, a little small fence right next to the thing. Both went on the fence, and I was driving over the fence, and he went under with me, and then my teammates come jumping over the fence, and we just had a big old brawl.
He got the hands.
He had to get, yeah, bro. You can't hand slap me. He head slapped me like he was Deacon Jones or something.
You ain't gonna get away with that.
I ain't gonna get away with
that.
So you basically drove him and then pancaked him.
I drove him in to the fence, over the fence, and we started fighting. And then the rest of my teammates came and jumped over the fence, and we had a big old nice brawl.
Yeah, that's the aggression I'm talking about.
Love that.
It was just a backyard barbecue.
I want to see Dickerson do that. Just start something like that. Definitely.
Speaking of aggression and getting even or drive-bys, I'll use any segue I can come up with. Everyone is just picking on Billy Napier. There's now multiple coaches that are picking on Billy Napier.
What?
That are either current Gator head coaches or past Gator head coaches. So Dan Mullins
Matt won't have that.
Yeah, Dan. Exactly.
Here we go.
Hey, in the name of Napier, Matt will not stand for this. All right, Billy Napier, you got him coming at you from every different direction,
man.
And Summerall's dogging him on turf inside the locker room or the weight room. And this is Danny Mullen. All right, you ready? This is current UNLV head coach Dan Mullen on Florida's success since his departure. I do love the way it was phrased there. Florida's success since his departure. Quote, I think 3 out of my 4 years, we would have made the college football playoff. Maybe that would have looked a little different. Back then, with the resume, keeping me around a little bit longer to try and go win that national title. But hey, it is what it is. probably hasn't gone as well there since I left. It doesn't seem like. That's just genius. That is a trolling right there.
It's not lying, though.
Yeah.
He might be lying a little bit.
He's not.
About
He
about
is
the
speaking
playoffs.
facts.
He might be lying a little bit about the playoffs.
Well, man, 2 out of the 4 years he was there.
So let's say his years there were
He did say 3 out of the 4. So.
16, 17, 18, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, 20. No, it was 20. What am I saying? It was 21, 20, 19, 18. So
Mhm.
18, they finished in the playoff poll. Where is that? Hang on, I'm going to get it for y'all. Hang on one second.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. All right.
CFP rankings in 18, Florida finished 10.
Playoffs.
And they got in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
19. Florida finished.
That's when they were making the New Year's 6
9.
bowls.
Playoffs.
They got in. Now, Danny might be right. 20. They finished 6.
Playoffs.
3 out of 4 years.
Yeah.
He ain't saying that by accident.
And hosting the playoff game.
And then 21, nowhere to be found. 6 and
Right.
6.
Yeah, no.
Darth Vader,
Yeah,
Phil
he's
the
right.
Swamp.
3 out of 4 years, bro. Ain't bad.
Right.
We're close to being pretty dangerous, in my
They
opinion.
they won't leave Billy alone. And Summerall, what he did make me laugh when he said, we got 110 yards of turf out there, 120 yards of turf out there. What do we need turf inside our weight
That
room
guy
for?
better win, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
'Cause
of
he
course.
is just nonstop yapping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they all.
There's no doubt about that, man.
He is yapping his head off for somebody who's done nothing at any serious program. So
Well,
you
he's
better
just-
win. Go
yeah.
beat Auburn, bro.
He's establishing. That's all he's doing
Okay.
right now.
Let me tell you, dude, that game is giant.
Huge.
Yeah.
They lose that game. Oh, boy.
Well, of course. And it doesn't set up well for them.
boy.
Okay. I think I've called it already.
No, don't start. You're already making excuses right now. It doesn't set up well for them.
Is that an excuse?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's an excuse.
I've already said it is the most important game on their schedule, and it comes
and then
very
you follow
early.
that with it doesn't set up well for them.
Well, just let me finish. It doesn't set up well because it's on the road in the mighty SEC. Does that set up well for
Jordan Hare
anybody?
Stadium, yeah.
Does that set up well for anybody?
I mean, I
Okay.
guess not because it's so tough to win in the SEC on the road.
Oh my gosh, you're just going to keep countering here. War Eagle, Jordan Hare. Is that not a decent environment?
It's a great environment.
Right.
It's
And
it's
then-
actually a phenomenal environment.
And then you don't really know who your quarterback is, and they do. Does that set up well?
Plus, their quarterback beat your team last year.
And I got all that. I like and Golish and Byram. So does that set up well?
Plus, he's got a lot of those South Florida kids on that team.
But Florida's roster is so much better than Auburn.
I still
It
I,
is.
It
It's
is
like
so
way
much
better than Auburn.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's why I call it as an important game as you can have. They may not win it. I think they will.
They gotta win it. There's
Yeah,
no,
I think
there's
they
no-
will.
They may win it.
But they have got talent. If they're going to serve notice, that is the type of game they need to prove that they can win.
So he could have taken 2 tacks, right, when he got that job.
Mhm.
He could have stayed low and then rose high during the season.
Mhm.
He decided to start out high and keep trying to go higher. That's what he did.
Look, we can go to any other example.
Calling players fat.
If you're trying
calling
to
out Billy.
if you're
calling
trying
out
to
other
Saying you can't wear the
coaches.
logo.
Yeah.
Just, that's fine.
It is
If it works,
fine.
it works.
Yeah, you're trying to pull them out of an abyss, and it's abyss. It's lower than swamp poop that they're trying to pull themselves out of. That's for sure. And so that's what he's trying to do.
Getting pedicures.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Can't talk about it. Got to be
Hey,
about
that's nothing new. Okay, that's something. Yeah, exactly.
Do you see
Do
how?
not bring
Do you
that
see how Joe lowered the bar? You guys didn't even hear that. He lowered the bar again there in
I
that
didn't
last
hear
sentence.
it.
He said, "Well, it's already lower than swamp poop. They're trying to pull themselves out of."
Yeah, well, it is.
That's the lower.
So what
See,
is?
You know what it
Summerall's
was?
way up here. Joe's way down here.
You know what
trying
it was, Matt?
to Tamper expectations.
It was Billy Noth, you're coaching. Okay, it was 4-8.
Is
kidding me?
anything below 8 wins respectable for you this year?
I feel like that is what he needs to be putting on the radar.
Yeah.
You need to win the games you're supposed to win, which are 4 or 5. 100% you're supposed to win those.
What are the 4 or 5 you're supposed to win? Seriously, think about it.
Against the Mighty Camels.
Okay, the
against
first 2
the
definitely.
Owls.
The first 2
Look,
definitely.
Think about it. You got desert animals and
So you would think
those-
you would think
Kentucky,
cocky,
South
cocky at home.
Carolina.
No. Don't
Yeah.
just throw Kentucky in there, man.
They're terrible.
They've lost like 4 of the last 6 times to
Got a
Kentucky.
brand new coach.
Brand new. That's a
young quarterback.
Obviously, that's the game that you're.
So now Stoopsy's not there anymore, and then you're okay now. You're good with them.
Big Bourbon Nation. He was a big bully. It was a big bully nation against the Gators. But I feel like you're taking 2 non-cons.
I'll give you Kentucky. You're right. The 2 non-cons,
and then 2
South Carolina, Kentucky,
2 lower SEC schools, and Florida State.
Vanderbilt. I don't know about Vandy.
I'm putting Florida State. So that's
and Florida State.
Florida
and Vandy,
State.
Yeah.
So that's 5 or
I'll give you
6
Florida
if you
State,
throw
but I don't know about
Vandy in
Vandy.
there. Okay, that's 5 or 6 that he.
Then you only have to win
has
2
to
more.
get,
Ole Miss at home,
which is-
Missouri.
which is picking off
Missouri on the road.
And then
Maybe
you got to get
either Auburn or Missouri.
You're not getting Texas, Oklahoma, or Georgia.
You got to
forget
get
about
one
that.
of those. You got to get one of those. Texas, Oklahoma, or Georgia.
I fell in love making picks the other day.
They already beat
Joe, you ready
Texas.
for this?
I picked them.
We
against
can
Boomer
say this
Center.
because the video's already out. Joe has them going 9-3.
Whoa.
I picked him
Nice.
against Boomer Center. I
Okay,
did.
that's fine.
This is the home. I'm giving the Swamp one huge.
Well, you gave him 2.
Tip
You
of the
gave
cap.
Ole Miss and Oklahoma.
Yeah, well, that's true. You're beating John Mateer and
Hey, bro, it's
Trinidad.
all-season optimism, bro.
Yeah, it is. I'm
But
full of
it's dwindling away real quick.
I'm full of it in a lot of ways. And
I
that's
mean,
just
I
one
gave
of
him
them.
7, and I said,
know what
I
is-
said you win a bowl game, you got 8 wins. That's if he goes 8-5, I think that's a very good first year from.
Yeah, I think they win 8 games
Starting
in the
over, yes.
regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win 8 in the regular season. I think what's huge for Florida is these 2 games right before Auburn. They get warm-up games,
Mhm.
which is like exactly what you want with a new quarterback, new coach. Just go pound these teams, get confidence going into the opener, really, which is the Auburn.
And it's going to be
That is going to
an
help, no
environment.
doubt.
Yeah.
It is going to
They
be an
don't have
environment.
to open up against Miami or Utah like I feel like they have the last 10 years.
Yeah, and so stack those lower SEC. Get your butt out of the lower SEC conversation is basically what needs to happen. It's XLP.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Matt Lennon with AB Signs. Every day I talk to local business owners who spend thousands finding customers, yet their company vehicle sits blank. Let me turn it into a moving billboard with custom graphics and signs from AB Signs.
From the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio, transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
You see Daly's convenience stores all over the First Coast, and one thing you'll always see once inside Daly's is a cooler full of Bud Light. It's the official beer of the NFL, and every game goes great with a cold one. So head to your local Daly's the next time you stock up for the big game.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
It's time to get your kid in the game with I-9 Sports. From North Jacksonville to Fleming Island, Neptune Beach to Orange Park. I-9 Sports makes it convenient for you just one day per week. Fall and winter registration open right now at I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
Hey, soccer fans, Sporting Jacks is giving away a new Honda Accord Saturday, 8:15. Sporting Jacks men take on Indy 11 at 7 on Hodges Field at UNF. Just be there. Someone will win a new car from Honda at the Avenues and Sporting Jacks. Visit sportingjacks.com today.
I'm Alan Tyre with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Bill Pappas and Ken Rimley want to thank all the top real estate agents and builders who refer us business every day. Thinking about buying or building a new home? At Trustline Mortgage, we're here to make the mortgage process simple, clear, and stress-free. That's why First Coast residents have trusted us for more than 37 years. Since 1989, Trustline Mortgage has been your local mortgage company dedicated to personal service. Real people, real conversations, and real solutions. Whether you're looking for a conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loan, Trustline Mortgage brings over 4 decades of experience to help you. And did I mention we offer the most competitive jumbo rates in Florida? If you're ready to buy, build, refinance, or simply explore your options, call Trustline Mortgage today at 904-381-LOAN or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Trustline Mortgage, NMLS 331480. Alan Tyre, NMLS 246490. Bill Pappas, NMLS 218443. Ken Remley, NMLS 246445.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. It's a Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for great deals on a tune-up and service calls.
Getting close to the 2 o'clock hour weekend. Hope you're ready for it. We have a schedule.
We can get into it. You're not going to embarrass us. You told us 8:30. Leon and I were there at 8:35. That thing didn't start till 10.
It's the
it's like,
I'll just tell you what.
Waiting on the opening. It's like waiting on a concert with no opening act, eh, JJ?
Just standing there.
It's like fighting traffic.
Just standing there, man.
It's like fighting traffic in Orlando and getting to Pat Benatar and then no Pat Benatar.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Which I'd
have been okay with, actually.
It would. I know, but still.
At least you could enjoy like a cold beverage. Unlike at camp.
If it was empty stage for an hour and a half, it probably would not have been good.
They had the countdown clock.
Nothing worse than walking
they did.
in.
That's another thing too, JJ. The clock. You know, time period, the clock.
Yeah.
Play clock. All
it was like 90
counting
minutes.
down. Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
I'm like, what the heck?
Like nothing worse than seeing a clock
at
that
97, bro. Nothing worse.
But basically, we were there to watch them completely go through the prep,
warm up,
and I think if anybody can, Meathead can appreciate this as much as anybody getting ready for a game.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I'm glad that Tommy Mack is in with us right now with the helmets and heels getting ready to roll because you were on the perch up there on the Duval deck, so you got to see a lot of practice. Now, before we get to that, we and again, I didn't fully realize that we would be there for an hour and a half of preparation.
Oh, you got there early, did you?
Before the scrimmage. And Leon and Matt, did you see the faces I'm getting from these two?
Yeah.
Because I told them 8:30.
Yeah. Oh, you guys showed up at 8:30.
8:30.
You didn't get the memo that they were starting till 10. Come on, man.
Some
you got
told
to do
me,
is ask around.
No, we got the mean stare from Joe saying 8:30 tomorrow, bro.
Wow.
I probably do. I owe you guys on that one.
No, that whole they got to do it. They have to go through at least once.
Yes,
but we don't got to watch it. It's like the walkthrough tomorrow. I'm not going to the walkthrough. I'll put it out there right now. I'm not going to the walkthrough to watch them walk around.
See, I told Leon, I said, you ain't got to worry about
nothing,
that tomorrow.
So. Yeah. But once they got into the game, it was cool. You know, they got after it a little bit.
Yeah, I liked it. What were some of the quickies? I know you guys are going to get into it, but what jumped?
I thought Trevor threw 3 really good throws that really stood out. The touchdown of BTJ was a nice missile, man. He threw it on that back shoulder. Brian Thomas kind of made a nice adjustment. Threw a nice one to Parker on the quick slant when they were in heavy personnel. Everyone thinking run, nice quick, put it right on the money. And then he had a couple other ones in the field. He didn't have a great day, but he did have those throws that looked pretty good. But overall, it was good. Listen, look, they're thudding. They're not, it's not like, you're finishing a block or they're finishing a tackle or you're really gonna. If you get beat on an initial pass rush, you're going to recover and then take, dive at the guy's, waist to take him out. You do that in a game. You're not going to do that today. So it was good for the fans. It was good for the team overall.
They were packed in.
It was a good day, but you got to keep it in, perspective, right?
Better
It's just,
believe
it's a mock game. They call it that for a reason. You know, we're going to get in all that on helmets and heels. I'm sure it'll be a fun time. I thought the offensive line was interesting. I know there's issues with people going down, but Monheim at right guard and Milan right tackle for a good bit of practice with that first team. But we'll get into all that and so much more on a Friday. It's Friday, fellas. Happy Friday.
I know Tommy Mack, he looks forward to the weekend as much as anybody, that's for sure. Thank you. We've got Helmets and Heels coming up next. It's always a weekend. That's the way you got to look at it. But yeah, just stay feisty, stay hungry, Duval, as you get into this season and play like you mean it. All right, we are done. Florida Home AC Friday. We say thanks to them. 777-4300. Don't forget, get that tune-up. Get your AC looked at. If it is in need of repair or replacement, make sure you check them out. We got plenty to look forward to throughout the afternoon and into the evening right here on the Superstation, so enjoy it. Big Sirs, Maddie, Josie, and JJ.
From the Sutherland Lawn and Landscape Studio.
XL Primetime.
Ever wonder how Rick Ballou got hired at 1010XL?
I had a sales job where I was driving around a lot listening to talk radio. I started calling in, and then I realized I'm smarter than everybody else.
Evenings on 1010XL.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations. And through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not